Hello kids, how are you all? Today we are going to start chapter number 11, that is saving our forest. Now let's revise. Here is a tree. Give examples of two trees that give us the following things: wood, medicine, fruit, oil, spices and vegetables. So you have to write down two trees that gives these things. So let's begin. A large number of trees, bushes, shrubs and creepers growing together in an area is called a forest. Forests are very important natural resources of any country. In India, a large portion of land is covered by forest. So kids, have you ever visited a forest? India has a large variety of forests. These include tropical, evergreen, tropical deciduous, mangroves, subtropical and alpine forest. Here you can see a forest. Now, importance of forest. First, forests act as habitat for many animals, birds and insects. Forest gives us many products like paper, plywood, timber, pulp, gums, resins, bamboo and fodder. We also get medicines, spices, herbs and lac from forest. Forests prevent soil erosion as roots of trees bind the soil and prevent their washing away. They add moisture to the air, which helps in causing rainfall. Forests absorb greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and give out oxygen, which is essential for our breathing. Forests prevent floods and help in increasing groundwater level. So in this way, you can understand the importance of forest. Now, people living in forest. In India, many people called Adivasis or tribals live in forest. Some Adivasis group in India are Gonds, Bidhors, Bhils, Kols, Gujjars, Minas, Nagar and Santhals. Adivasis depend on forest for their food, clothing and shelter. They get everything from forest. In return, they look after the forest. The main occupation of Adivasis is farming. However, many of them are still hunter-gatherers. They hunt animals and gather fruits, leaves, honey, roots for their food. They sing and dance together to celebrate a festival or birth of a child. They also play musical instruments like drums and flutes. You can see an Adivasi is doing farming and Adivasis celebrating their festival. Now let's see the fascinating fact we have. The taigas is the largest forest in the world. Nowadays, many Adivasis have started selling products obtained from forest. Some examples of such products are gum, medicine, honey, tamarind, sandalwood and things like basket, brooms, mats, etc. made from leaves and grasses. Now we have an activity to do. Name any two things made from the following: lac, rubber, bamboo, sandalwood and ivory. Now the next topic is threat to Adivasis. The main threat to Adivasis living in forest is deforestation. Large-scale cutting down of trees is called deforestation. Due to growing population, a large number of forests are being cleared to build houses and agricultural areas. Forests are also being cut to build factories and roads. Trees are being cut to get wood for furniture. Due to deforestation, Adivasis are losing their shelter and food. They are forced to move out from the forest. Many of them have moved to villages, towns and cities to earn their living. Many tribes have lost their existence as a result. Now, saving forest. It is very important to save our forest. Some ways in which we can save our forest are as follows. Afforestation. Planting of trees on a large scale is called afforestation. It helps to increase the forest cover. For afforestation, trees should be selected according to the climate of that area. You can see some kids are doing afforestation. Now, reforestation. Replanting of trees in areas where trees have been cut or destroyed by fire or mining activities is called reforestation. It helps to increase the forest cover. Now, overgrazing. Forests are often damaged due to overgrazing by animals. Therefore, it should be avoided. Now, control over forest fires. Many forests are destroyed by forest fires. Fire can start by natural process like lightning or friction between trees. It can also be caused by man due to his carelessness. Now, avoiding clearance of forest. Clearance of forest. for agriculture and habitation purpose should be avoided. Now, protection from disease. Trees in forest should be protected from disease caused by viruses, fungi and other organisms. This can be done by spraying chemicals and medicines in the forest or on the trees. Now, less use of plant products. Wood is mostly used as a fuel to protect our forest. Alternate source of energy such as solar energy, wind energy and biogas like gobar gas should be used. Now we have a fascinating fact. Paper obtained from wood pulp should be used less. We should not waste paper. We should use recycled paper and use both sides of a paper sheet. We can use e-bills and e-receipts instead of paper bills and receipts. Now try to find out 5 ways by which we can save paper. Nowadays, many new techniques of making paper which use straw, paddy and wheat husk instead of wood pulp are being developed. Now, role of government in saving forests. The government has declared many forests as national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and reserved forests. In such areas, cutting of trees, hunting of animals and grazing is totally prohibited. Government imposes a fine and even imprisonment if these activities are carried out. Next, some national parks and wildlife sanctuaries in India are Kaziranga National Park in Assam, Jim Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand, Kanha Tiger Reserve in Madhya Pradesh, Ranthambore National Park in Rajasthan and Bandipur National Park in Karnataka. Now, try to find out what is Van Mahotsav. Here you can see a wildlife sanctuary. Now, we have an activity. Here is a picture of people celebrating Van Mahotsav. How would you contribute towards the celebration? Write 4-5 sentences about it. Now, let's see role of people in saving forest. Role of people is very important in saving forest. Many people have been raising their voices against cutting of forest and trees since earlier times. You will recall the story of Amrita Devi Bishnoi you read in class 4. She, along with many people of her village, laid down their lives to save khejri trees in 1730. Bishnoi community still follows a set of 29 principles given by Guru Jambeshwar to protect the environment. They shun cutting of trees and killing animals. Now, another such movement was Chipko movement. It began in 1970s in Uttarakhand and was a non-violent protest. Gaura Devi, Chandi Prasad Bhatt, Suraksha Devi and Sundar Lal Bahuguna are some people who played an important role in this movement. In 1974, when some contractors came to cut trees in Reni village of Chamoli, local women led by Gaura Devi confronted them. The contractors shouted at and abused the women and threatened them with guns. However, the women resorted to hugging the trees to save them from being cut. Gradually, many more people joined in the hugging of trees. Ultimately, after 4 days, the contractors left. This movement came to be known as the Chipko movement. Here you can see the photo of Sundar Lal Bahuguna. Now, sacred groves. Some areas in the forest are treated as sacred or holy by the tribal people. No one is allowed to cut any tree in that area. Hunting is totally prohibited. Such areas are called sacred groves. These areas contain some rare herbs and plants which are not found anywhere else. They are considered as abode of gods and goddesses. Now, students, find out where can sacred groves be found in India. That's all for today's class. Thank you kids. Bye-bye.